You ever feel like you're an extra in somebody else's movie? Or like you're on a side quest and you just can't figure out what your main quest is? Another way to put this is, do you know what your purpose is? And do you feel like you're not on your purpose? Because I know that feeling and it sucks. Now, before we dive into what is your purpose, let's talk about what that even means. What is the point of being here? Like, why do you exist? Now, instead of just going directly to human design, which I often do, I'm going to take a few steps towards it so you can understand why this makes sense and why I use human design. Reality is something that most of us can agree on. There's a couple outliers, but for most of us, up is up, down is down, sky is the sky, water is wet, blue is blue, and orange is orange, right? Reality exists. We all live in our own physical bodies that are seemingly disconnected and independent of each other. Now, if you start to look closely, there are some subtle differences, right? There's subtle differences between you and me and your boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad. We all have subtle differences, but generally speaking, we all have the same organs, we all have the same skeletal structure, we all survive off of oxygen, water, etc. Okay, so there are things that are the same about us, and there are things that are different physically. Now, this is where things start to get a little convoluted because we can't necessarily see the differences or the similarities as blatantly in the physical world as the mental, emotional, and spiritual world. So this is where things get confusing because while all of us have very, very similar physiology, a lot of us do not have access energetically, emotionally, mentally to everything that's available within the physiology. And the reason why you don't feel fulfilled or you don't feel like you're on purpose is because you're probably measuring purpose or the point of you being alive using somebody else's measuring stick. This would be like a fish grading its own self-esteem on its ability to climb trees. Like, bruh, it's a fish. It doesn't do good at climbing trees. And what is the point of the fish? And I do not mean to belittle a fish in any way, but the point of a fish is to manifest the life of a fish, is to swim around, eat, not get eaten, have babies, and keep doing that. It's manifesting the life of a fish. So when someone asks me, what is my life purpose, Marco? I just tell them, you're here to manifest yourself. And you've been doing a pretty good job. Like, you started as a little sperm cell, you manifested a womb to carry you for 9 months, you manifested people to take care of you while all you could do was shit and cry. Like, you're doing a good job of it. And now as an adult, you're asking the question, what is my purpose? Your purpose hasn't changed in however many years you've been here. Your purpose is still to manifest yourself. The question is how. Now, we all have two components to our consciousness. We have a conscious self, that's our personality, and then we have our unconscious self. That's our body, and that's all the things that are automatically happening. When you learn how to take advantage of your conscious and your unconscious self, living out your purpose becomes a lot easier. And this is one of the reasons why I love human design, because it takes all of your circuitry, your energetic, emotional uniqueness into consideration, and it gives you a very simple strategy and authority. Most people are side questing right now, or they are working on other people's main quests and they're neglecting their own main quest. They're neglecting their own circuitry, the things that are unique about them, the things that are special about them, because they think that adopting the way somebody else does it is going to be better for them because it's better for that person. Well, that person is doing well because that's their way of doing things. You're not doing well because that's not your way of doing things. So the mission here is to stop side questing, stop helping other people manifest themselves, start your main quest or get back on your main quest. Learn how to manifest your life and your circuitry. Not only is that going to be way more satisfying and successful and peaceful and surprising for you, but it's also going to be so much better for the world and the people around you. Like, you living your life is the best thing that could happen to this planet. Same as a fish living its life is the best thing to happen to this planet. Could you imagine if a fish was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna fish today. I'm gonna start climbing trees. And you know what, I'm also gonna start a petition and all of my other fish friends are gonna start to climb trees as well. Do you realize how that would destroy the ecosystem? If all the fish or the ants or any of the animals decided to go against their nature and just decide to do something else because it wasn't getting them as many followers on fucking TikTok. So this is a message to wake up, realize that you might be side questing, and get on your main quest, which is about loving yourself, manifesting your circuitry into the world. It's about loving and accepting yourself. And the best part about all this is that you don't need to do any guesswork. As long as you know your birthday and your birth time, you can visit my website, plug your information in, generate a body graph, and it'll tell you right there what is your strategy, what is your authority. The strategy is the way that you interact with others, and the authority is letting you know that you're on your main quest and not side questing for some other ridiculous reason. If you want guidance with that one-on-one, you could book me for a personal session. I also have reports that tell you a lot about your human design you can buy. They're only $20. I have a Discord, an app, and a bunch of other really cool resources. All you got to do is click my face, and the link is in the bio. Hopefully this helped. Please send this to somebody who you think is side questing, or maybe somebody who is main questing and you want to celebrate them. Just like send this to somebody who gives a fuck. Cool. Peace.